Without objection, the chair is authorized to declare recess of the hearing, which I will endeavor to do only if there are votes on the floor. We will now proceed to members' opening statements. As has been the practice in the subcommittee, I will recognize the chairs and ranking members of the subcommittees and the full committee to make opening statements. In the interest of proceeding to our witnesses and mindful of our busy schedules, I would ask that other members submit their statements for the record. Without objection, all members will have 5 legislative days to submit opening statements for inclusion in the record. The chair now recognizes himself for 5 minutes for an opening statement. Today, the subcommittee continues its investigation into the administration's interrogation policies, their source, the legal justification for those policies, and how they were carried out. The more we look at this question, the more disturbing the facts appear to be. The practices appear to have been more widespread, and the legal justifications more flimsy than was initially reported. Evidence also appears to be mounting that officials at the highest levels of the administration may have been directly involved to a far greater extent and far earlier in the process in ordering these techniques, which many characterize as torture, than had been previously represented to Congress and to the American people. We need to get the facts. The purpose of these hearings is to get those facts. Although one of the witnesses who would appear to have direct personal knowledge of these matters, Douglas Feith, withdrew from the hearing this morning, we have Colonel Wilkerson here who will be able to provide important information and an important perspective on these events and the issues they raise from personal knowledge. And Mr. Feith will appear before this committee before too much more time has elapsed. I have endeavored to ensure that we get on the record testimony from people with actual knowledge of these matters and the perspective and expertise of military people who I believe were ill-served by political appointees. This is not, as some have suggested, a witch hunt or a lynching, high or low tech. The American people have a right to know what their government has done in their name and what it is continuing to do, and that is why we are here today. We all want America to be secure, but our national security and our nation's values have not been well served by what I believe to have been dangerous, novel, and illegal policies. I look forward to the testimony of our witnesses. I yield back the balance of my time. I would now recognize our distinguished